Picture this. Your hand trembles just slightly as you twist open the same little bottle you've been opening every morning for years. A vitamin. Familiar. Trusted. Reassuring. You believed it was your quiet shield protecting your bones, your strength, your independence. You listened to the commercials. You followed your doctor's advice. You smiled when your children brought you the good supplements, the ones that promised longevity, energy, and youth. Because why wouldn't you trust them? They're vitamins. They're supposed to help. But what no one told you, what no label warned you, is that some of these very vitamins may be quietly weakening you from within. Not because you did anything wrong, not because you took too little, but because the advice handed down over decades was incomplete. You see, as we age, our bodies change in ways even science is still catching up with. How we absorb nutrients, how we store excess, how our bones react to what once seemed healthy. And here's the truth. No one's saying loud enough. Some vitamins, when taken in the wrong amounts or in isolation, can increase bone loss, reduce density, and silently raise your risk of fractures. You won't feel pain. You won't get a warning light. There are no early symptoms. Just a slow, invisible erosion of the very foundation that keeps you standing tall. Until one day, a small misstep becomes a broken hip. And you ask yourself, how did this happen? I did everything right. That's the part that stings the most, the betrayal of good intentions. But here's the powerful truth. It's not too late to protect your bones if you know what to avoid and what to choose instead. And that's what this video is all about. We're going to walk through the 5 common vitamins that may be harming your bones one by one. And then I'll show you the smarter, safer bone-strengthening choices you can make starting today. Because your bones aren't just bones. They are your freedom, your pride, your ability to walk into a room, to hug your grandchildren, to stand tall against time itself. So stay with me. Because what we uncover next could change the way you protect your body for the rest of your life. For years, vitamin A was seen as a hero. It was the vitamin your parents swore by. The cod liver oil spooned out each winter. The brightly colored pill in your multivitamin said to sharpen your vision, boost immunity, and keep your skin youthful. We trusted it. Doctors recommended it. And it became part of our daily rhythm, just like brushing our teeth or tying our shoes. But here's the truth. Most seniors never hear. Too much vitamin A can slowly erode the very bones it was meant to protect. You see, vitamin A is fat-soluble, meaning unlike water-soluble vitamins that get flushed out, this one stays in your body. Day after day, month after month, year after year. And when it builds up too much, especially the form called retinol found in animal products and many multivitamins, it doesn't just sit there quietly. It activates special cells called osteoclasts, the very cells that break down bone tissue. Let that sink in. You're already naturally losing bone mass as you age, but now, something you believed was helping might actually be accelerating the loss. And you wouldn't even know it. There's no warning label, no headache or nausea to give you a clue. Just that subtle ache in the hips, that growing sense of fragility in your lower back, that unspoken fear when climbing stairs or reaching for a high shelf. Sometimes we blame age. We tell ourselves this is just what getting older feels like. But maybe it isn't age. Maybe it's accumulation. Years of unknowingly taking too much vitamin A from liver dairy, fortified cereals, or high-dose supplements may be quietly weakening your skeletal foundation. A study from the New England Journal of Medicine revealed something shocking. Seniors with higher levels of vitamin A in their blood had a significantly greater risk of hip fractures even when everything else looked normal. And that's what makes it so dangerous. It doesn't feel wrong. It feels like routine, like safety, like what you've always done. But every routine deserves to be reevaluated. Because when that one unexpected fall happens, when that fracture sidelines you for months. It won't matter how many years you thought you were doing the right thing. So what's the solution? You don't need to give up on vitamin A entirely. Your body still needs it for vision, immunity, and repair. But there's a safer, smarter version, beta-carotene, found in colorful vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, and butternut squash. Beta-carotene is a pro-vitamin A. Your body only converts it when it's needed. No buildup, no overload, just balance. And your bones, they'll thank you quietly but powerfully with every stable step, every safe lift, every confident stride. So now you know about vitamin A. But what if I told you another beloved antioxidant one praised for heart health and anti-aging could also be secretly draining your bone strength? Let's take a closer look at vitamin E and why too much of it might do more harm than good. It sounds like the perfect ally, doesn't it? Vitamin E. The golden child of the supplement world, praised for protecting your heart, celebrated for slowing aging, touted for making your skin glow and your cells renew. It's the kind of vitamin that makes you feel safe, like you're doing something smart just by taking it. And for many seniors, that's the appeal, a simple capsule promising energy, protection, and youth. But here's the secret nobody tells you. Too much vitamin E may slowly, quietly eat away at your bone strength. Yes, you read that right. The very nutrient promoted as a shield may in high doses act like a silent hammer, tapping away at the scaffolding of your skeleton. How does this happen? Let's talk about balance, because bones live and die by it. Your body relies on a delicate dance of vitamins and minerals to move calcium where it belongs into your bones. One of the key players in this dance is vitamin K. It helps calcium bind firmly to bone tissue. But when vitamin E levels are too high, they can interfere with vitamin K's job. Instead of locking calcium safely into your bones, it starts drifting elsewhere into arteries, joints, soft tissues. That calcium you thought was building you up, now it might be stiffening you, clogging you, wearing you down from the inside. In fact, a 2012 study from Japan found that excess vitamin E actually increased activity of osteoclasts, the same bone-breaking cells we talked about in Part 2. So imagine this. You're eating well, you're staying active, you're taking your supplements faithfully, thinking you're doing everything right. But all the while, inside your body, the foundation beneath your strength is being chipped away by something you trusted. That's more than frustrating. It's personal, especially when the consequences arrive without warning. A hip that suddenly aches, a scan that shows your bone density dropping, a fall that fractures more than just bone, it shakes your confidence. And here's the kicker. Many over-the-counter multivitamins still contain mega doses of vitamin E, sometimes 400 IU or more, far beyond what most older adults need. And because vitamin E is fat-soluble, your body stores the excess in tissues long after you've stopped taking it. That means the damage can continue even after the bottle is empty. But there's hope. You don't need to abandon vitamin E altogether. Your body still benefits from it in moderation. So what should you do? Get your vitamin E from food. Nuts like almond seeds, like sunflower leafy greens, like spinach and even avocados, all provide the antioxidant protection your body needs without overload. If you supplement, stay low. Experts recommend no more than 22 IU per day, unless prescribed otherwise. And always talk to your healthcare provider first. Because when it comes to bone health, balance is everything. And now that you understand vitamin E's hidden side, it's time to ask, what about the vitamins that seem even gentler like B6? It's marketed as an energy booster, a brain protector, a mood lifter. But in high doses, especially when taken alone, it might be the next threat lurking in your routine. Let's uncover the quiet danger of vitamin B6 in the next part. It's often called the quiet helper. Vitamin B6, the steady companion in your multivitamin pack, promoted as support for nerve health, brain clarity, and emotional balance. It's even recommended for tingling in the hands and feet, for lifting a foggy mood, for helping you feel just a little more like yourself. It sounds harmless, even nurturing. But the truth, in high doses, especially when taken alone, vitamin B6 can quietly erode your bones from within. Let's make this clear. Yes, your body needs B6. It plays a vital role in metabolism, neurotransmitter function, and immunity. But like many things in life, too much of a good thing becomes a danger. Here's where it gets concerning. Many supplements designed for seniors now include 100 milliliters or more of B6 per serving. That's 50 times higher than the recommended daily amount of around 2 milligrams. Why? Because more sounds better. Because energy is promised. Because extra support feels comforting. But the human body, especially the aging body, doesn't operate on marketing slogans. When B6 builds up beyond what your body can use, it doesn't just sit there. It begins to interfere with your hormonal balance, especially in postmenopausal women. One major study, the Nurses' Health Study, found that older women who consumed high levels of B6 without enough B12 or folate had significantly higher risks of hip fractures. Why? Because excess B6 can reduce estrogen activity already in decline as we age, leading to faster bone turnover and weakened structure. And the worst part, there are no early warning signs. There's no pain, no dizziness, just a slow weakening. Until one day your foot catches a rug, and the fracture that follows changes everything. And maybe, just maybe, the thing that pushed your bones over the edge wasn't the fall. It was the pill. That's what makes this so devastating. You weren't being reckless. You were being responsible. You followed the advice. You wanted to stay sharp and strong. You were doing it for your independence, for your family, for yourself. But that sense of trust in routine and wellness can be shaken when you realize the harm didn't come from neglect. It came from too much care in the wrong direction. So what can you do? Keep B6 in balance. Don't exceed 2 milligrams daily unless prescribed for a specific medical reason. Avoid standalone B6 supplements unless your doctor recommends them, especially those labeled extra strength or energy formula. Take B6 as part of a full B complex, where it can work in harmony with B12 and folate the way nature intended. Remember, health is never about one nutrient standing alone. It's about the symphony, not the soloist. And now that we've revealed B6's hidden risks, let's talk about the most surprising twist of all. The sunshine vitamin, the one doctors tell nearly every senior to take, the one that's become a daily ritual for millions across the world. What if vitamin D, yes, that vitamin D isn't always helping your bones? What if it's hurting them? Get ready. And what you're about to discover could shake your trust to the core. It's the sunshine vitamin, a symbol of wellness. A prescription almost every senior has been given at some point, either by their doctor, their pharmacist, or the smiling host of a morning health show. Vitamin D. It's supposed to protect your bones, help your body absorb calcium, support your immune system, and even lift your mood. And for millions of older adults, it feels like a lifeline. But here's the hidden truth. More isn't always better. And in the case of vitamin D, too much can quietly turn from helpful to harmful. You see, as we get older, we tend to spend less time in the sun. Our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D naturally. So we supplement. And often we overdo it. Over-the-counter vitamin D pills today can contain 5,000, 10,000, even 20,000 IU per dose, far beyond the recommended daily intake of 600 to 800 IU for most older adults. At first glance, it seems harmless. You feel like you're filling in the gaps. You're doing what you're told. But the danger of excess vitamin D doesn't show up in ways you expect. There's no sudden pain, no rash, no dizziness. Instead, it shows up in your bones. When your body takes in too much vitamin D, it begins absorbing more calcium from food, yes, But without proper regulation, that calcium ends up in the wrong places. Not in your bones, but in your arteries, your kidneys, your joints. What starts as protection turns into stiffening. What begins as prevention leads to fragility. In a cruel twist, too much vitamin D can actually cause bone loss. Because when calcium floods the bloodstream and there's not enough vitamin K2 to direct it, it doesn't build bones. It bypasses them, leaving them weaker, thinner, and more prone to fractures. And for so many seniors, this becomes a painful mystery. I've been doing everything right. Why do my bones feel more brittle? Why did a simple fall turn into a hospital stay? The answer, heartbreakingly, is often hidden in the very capsule you've been taking each day, thinking it was helping. That's the emotional toll no one talks about. You put in the effort. You believed in the science. You trusted the label. But the truth is, vitamin D must be balanced, not mega-dosed, not taken blindly, and never taken without its partner, vitamin K2, the unsung hero that ensures calcium actually goes where it's needed. Without K2, that bone-building calcium may become a silent saboteur. That's not fear-mongering, that's physiology. And now we arrive at perhaps the biggest betrayal of all. The mineral you were told your entire life would make you strong. The one wrapped in childhood memories of drinking milk before bed. The one doctors still recommend in almost every senior health guide. Calcium. But what if calcium isn't the hero we thought it was? We've been told to trust calcium from the very beginning. Drink your milk to grow strong. Take your calcium to protect your bones. Don't skip your supplement. It keeps you from getting frail. But what if the very thing we've been leaning on for decades, faithfully, dutifully, is also leading us down the wrong path? Here's what most seniors don't know. Not all calcium is created equal, and not all of it ends up in your bones. In fact, the most common form found in over-the-counter supplements, calcium carbonate, is difficult for the aging digestive system to absorb. As a result, much of it ends up circulating through your bloodstream instead of being locked into your skeletal structure. And where does that excess calcium go? Often it settles in places where it doesn't belong. In your arteries, causing stiffness. In your joints, making every step ache. In your kidneys, forming painful stones. A major study published in the British Medical Journal found that older adults who relied heavily on calcium supplements, especially in high doses, had up to a 30% higher risk of heart attacks. That's not just disappointing, it's devastating. Because so many seniors take calcium like it's gospel. Every morning without fail, lining up their pills on the kitchen table like soldiers of safety. But safety requires more than habit. It requires understanding. And understanding begins with this. Bones are not made of calcium alone. They are living, breathing tissue built and maintained by a team of nutrients working in harmony. Calcium is just one brick in the wall. Without the mortar magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, boron, and collagen, those bricks don't hold. So what should you do now? Let go of fear and embrace balance. You don't need to abandon calcium. You just need to get it from places your body recognizes and uses efficiently. Leafy greens like kale and collard, almonds, tofu, sardines, and dairy if tolerated. And if you must supplement, choose calcium citrate in small doses spread throughout the day, not all at once. Most importantly, never take calcium alone. Pair it with vitamin D3 and K2 so it builds bones, not blockages. And now, after all these warnings, after all the science, here comes the hope. Because just as some vitamins can weaken you, others can restore you. They can rebuild what's been lost. They can help you move with confidence again. So what should you focus on? Start with vitamin D3 and vitamin K2, the power duo. D3 helps your body absorb calcium. K2 makes sure that calcium goes where it should, into your bones, not your arteries. Then add magnesium, the quiet supporter. Without it, calcium can't do its job. Magnesium also supports muscle function, heart rhythm, and even sleep, all crucial for strength and recovery. Consider boron, a trace mineral that helps your body retain bone-building hormones like estrogen and testosterone, both of which decline with age. And don't forget collagen. Yes, the same protein known for skin elasticity also forms the flexible framework of your bones. It gives them not just density, but resilience. If you choose to supplement, go with whole food-based multivitamins with modest balanced doses. No more mega dosing. No more throwing pills at the problem. Just smart coordinated support, the way your body was designed to receive it. Because in the end, this journey isn't about fear. It's about freedom. The freedom to move without wincing. To lift your grandchild without worry. To step into your garden, your kitchen, your living room without hesitation. Your bones are not just structures. They are the pillars of your independence. They are the quiet heroes holding up everything you love. And if some of the vitamins you trusted turned out to be misleading, that doesn't mean you failed. It means you're wiser now, stronger now, and you can act. So take a moment today. Look again at the bottles in your cabinet. Ask questions. Seek balance. Choose intentionally. Because you're not done yet. Your story isn't finished. And your body, even now, is capable of rebuilding strength from the inside out. You are not too old. It is not too late. Your bones can heal. Your spirit can rise. And the years ahead can still be full of strength, joy, and grace, one step at a time. So if you've been feeling this too, not just the aches in your knees or the stiffness in your back, but that quiet question rising inside you, am I really doing what's best for my body? Then stay with us. Subscribe to Senior Fit, where growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It means growing wiser, stronger, and still moving forward. Because this isn't the end of your health journey. It's the moment you take it back into your own hands. And if this video gave you clarity, if even one piece of it made you pause and think, leave a 1 in the comments below to let us know you're here and you're taking action. And if something didn't feel clear or you've been through this before, leave a 0 and tell us how we can do better for you. We read every message. This space is your space. Now share this with a friend, a spouse, or someone you love who's taking their health seriously too. Because truth like this doesn't always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes from each other. Thank you for watching. Thank you for choosing to care. And thank you for staying strong inside and out.